Thank you. Cross-examination by whom first? Mr. Miller, I see standing up. Mr. Miller, on behalf of Jasmine Perry. Good morning, Mr. McCaskill. Good morning. My name is Carrie Miller, and I represent Jasmine Perry. Yes. Just to put some date parameters around some of the issues I'm going to be questioning you about. As I understand it, you went to jail. The last time you went to jail was in 2012 in connection with some of these issues. Correct, sir? Yes, I went to jail in 2012. Okay. And you've been in jail ever since, correct, sir? Yes. And so at some point while you're in jail, you became aware that Rabbit and Daryl Franklin were cooperating with the feds. Correct, sir? Yes. You weren't happy about that, right, sir? Not at first I wasn't. Why weren't you happy about that, sir? Because I felt like, I just wasn't happy with it. I felt like they got in trouble and wanted to take me down with them because they got in trouble. And how were you getting information about what Rabbit and Daryl were doing? What you mean information? Yeah. How were you learning about their cooperation with the feds? I wasn't learning about. What were you hearing? What did you know? Cooperation from nobody. I saw it with my own eyes in black and white. What did you see, sir? I saw we in the hole. Rabbit went to his lawyer visit, and Lionel Allen stole all his legal work and sent it to my cell. He was next door from me. I saw on a such and such date, Daryl Franklin called a federal agent and said he kept $60,000 from Plucky and did this and did that. He cooperates, such and such. And some members from ROD, I think Puggy and Dudaman, gave me a paper saying Evans Lewis called a federal agent on the wall phone and said Jasmine Perry was the real shooter of Kendrick's mothers, not Rabbit. So I mailed them home to my son's mama and told her to make sure she give it to Pound and Pooney because I only have partial papers. I didn't have a lot of documents. So, I sent it out there. I talked to Pooney. I said, hey man, I saw all our names abbreviated in certain papers, and I didn't want him in line to be the fallout. So I took certain papers, bro, and this is enough proof to say what they doing. Fall back. Whatever y'all doing, slow down, bro. So at this point in time, when you get access to these papers from Rabbit's cell, you're not trusting Rabbit, are you? Not really. And in fact, up until we got closer to trial in this case, the entire time you were incarcerated and at various times, you were in the same facility with Rabbit, correct? Not various times, just this time. They brought me over there August. He got me moved from the facility. I got into an altercation with the deputy and the OPP. They moved me back. He was on Seaside. I was on Seaside. I guess he told his lawyer or somebody something, and the people came and got me on a Saturday. They said the FBI or whoever, the government don't want you back in this cell around Gregory Stewart. And so you and Rabbit ended up on the enemies list, correct? Yeah. I guess he put me on the enemy list or whatever you want to call that, 2014. And you and Rabbit stayed on the enemies list until close to the date of this trial, correct, sir? No, he's still on the enemy list. Okay, so you're not in contact with Rabbit at the jail now. I see Rabbit in the morning, but they isolate me. I got 26 enemies at the jail, so I'm on PC. It's PC medical, I can't really go on regular tier like everybody else. They got me in 23-1 in the cell. You referenced the shooting of the Gregory Keys and Kendrick's mothers a few minutes ago in your testimony. In my testimony? Yeah, you mentioned about a wall phone or something. Anyway, I'm going, to ask you a question about that, okay? Okay. You know that Rabbit has put my client, Jasmine Perry, on those charges, right, sir? Actually, that's his charge. I can't say Rabbit did that, and that's something he did. Evans called the people and told them the man did it. Judge, I object. There's no basis for that. It's not accurate. Objection sustained. Sir, I'm asking you about Rabbit. Sir, I don't want you to add anything. Just answer the question. I'm not adding anything. Hold on, let me talk. I'm going to ask you a precise question. Wait, Mr. Miller. I'm sorry, Judge. Listen to the question closely and just answer the question. I don't want any long narrative, okay? Alright. Go ahead, proceed. I'm going to ask you a very precise question, okay? Yeah. Have you ever told anyone that Rabbit was lying when he put Jasmine Perry on the charges related to Smothers and Keys? I can't recall telling nobody that, sir. We're going to play a phone call, sir. Okay. I'm going to play the first couple of seconds. We'll make sure we know it's you and who you're talking to. Okay. And give you a fair chance to listen to the beginning. Okay? Okay. Stop. Is that your voice on the phone, sir? Yes, that's my voice. What's the time and date of this one? It is May 5th, 2014 at 1324. Who's the female's voice? I can't tell you who the female was. I talked to various females at that time. Play a little bit more. And let me know when you recognize the voice of the female, okay? Alright. Yeah, that's my son's mama. That's my son's mama voice. And you would have no reason to lie to your son's mother, correct? No. Okay. Go ahead and play the rest. You heard what you said? Yeah, I heard that. Evans and Rabbit was trying to lie that Real did that, correct? Yes. So what you're telling your mother's son in this phone call is that Rabbit has lied about putting Jasmine Perry on the charges related to Smothers and Keys, correct? I'm telling her that because he home and obviously it had to be a lie if he free, right? I didn't ask you that, sir. I answered that. I answered your question, sir. Are you telling your son's mother that Rabbit is lying? Yeah. By putting Jasmine on those charges? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and play the rest. Okay, you can stop it. Who's Lionel, Merle, and who are you referring to there, sir? I was referring to brother. Daryl Franklin, right? Yeah. So in this call, you're telling your son's mother, yes, that the government's two star witnesses and cooperators, Rabbit and Daryl Franklin, are liars, correct? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Thank you, sir. I have to say something? You can on direct, sir. I'm going to ask you another question. Alright. Now, at this point in time, this call was from May of 2014. This was a point in time when you weren't very happy with Rabbit and Brother, correct? Yes. Okay. And you remained mad at Rabbit and Brother for some period of time, right? Something like that. And sir, as I understand your testimony on direct, you got out of jail around Christmas of 2010. Is that right? No. I got out of jail before that. And you had never met Rabbit until, as I understood your testimony, around Christmas. January 2011. Okay, that's it. That's what I thought you said. Okay, sir. So, it's not as if Rabbit was someone you had been hanging with for a long time, right, sir? No. Okay. Let's play another call. Before you play it, let me give Miles a date. It's July 25th, 2014 at 11:24. Okay. Go ahead and play it, please. It's 2:64. So, sir, in this call, the niggas you're referring to are Rabbit and Franklin, right? No. Well, who are you referring to, sir? Woody and Saul Black. There's certain people I didn't do nothing with, and hold on. The first portion of the call, and I'm going to quote what you said, and I can go back and replay it if you want me to. Would you like me to replay it? I mean, that's on you, sir. Okay. Because the first portion of the call, the first sentence, what you say is, and I apologize to the jury for quoting you, but man, niggas done dug a hole for themselves and pushed everybody else in. Yes. Do you remember hearing that? Yes. Who are you referring to in that sentence? Isn't it Rabbit and Franklin? Aren't they the folks who pushed everybody in the hole? Not just them, other people. But who are you specifically referring to in that sentence? Rabbit and Brother. Okay. And in the second sentence you say, and I quote, It's so crazy because they, and when you say they, you mean Rabbit and Brother, right? Yeah. Join me on a case with niggas I ain't never run with in my life, correct? Yes. And the people you ain't never run with in your life are these people, these defendants, right? I ran with some of them people, but not every one of them people. So when you say people you ain't never run with in your life, who are you referring to? I'm referring to Solomon, and I'm referring to Woody. Just those two? Yeah, that's the only two I ain't never ran with. You know, I doubt me and Woody even much stood next to each other. You know, the only thing I remember him from is sitting in his mom's Durango. That's it. Okay, well, I appreciate that, sir. And the point of that sentence, who you're referring to about the joiners are Rabbit and Franklin. Correct, sir? I can't really say who I'm talking about specifically, but I know that's me saying that, sir. Because they're the ones that pushed everybody in the case, right? Basically, they created the case.